The Echoes of Janus. Part 2. Driven by the chilling revelation that the Janus Project wasn't just a failed experiment but a gateway to a malevolent entity, Evelyn Thorne dedicated her life to hunting it down. She became a ghost, her name whispered in hushed tones within the scientific community. Years turned and her journey took her across continents, a relentless pursuit fueled by a burning determination to prevent the horrors she had witnessed from spilling out into the world. Tracking the entity's trail. Evelyn's search began with a meticulous investigation of the Janus Project's remnants. She tracked down former researchers, some willingly cooperative, others hesitant and fearful. Through their fragmented memories and scattered notes, she pieced together a chilling picture. The entity they had inadvertently summoned wasn't a mere side effect, it was the intended goal. The Janus Project, shrouded in secrecy from its inception, aimed to not just enhance human intelligence but to serve as a conduit, a means to bind an ancient, parasitic entity known as the Janus Mind. According to the recovered data, the Janus Mind was a being of immense intellect, existing outside the confines of human understanding. It possessed the ability to manipulate minds, access vast stores of information, and even influence the physical world. The project aimed to harness this power, granting its host unparalleled knowledge and control. However, the experiment had backfired spectacularly. The entity, far more powerful than anticipated, broke free from its intended containment, taking control of Eric's body. Now, it was loose in the world, a silent, ever-present threat. The whispers of a new project. Years of tireless investigation led Evelyn to a startling discovery. A seemingly innocuous news report from a prestigious university in Tokyo caught her eye. A series of unexplained deaths had plagued the campus, all students with exceptional intellectual potential. The victims exhibited the same horrifying symptoms she had witnessed with Eric: unnatural strength, erratic behavior, and a chilling, unnatural glow in their eyes. Evelyn knew this wasn't a coincidence. It was the Janus Mind, finally making its move. The university, it turned out, was a front for a clandestine organization, a group of powerful individuals seeking to harness the entity's power for their own nefarious purposes. Driven by a renewed sense of urgency, Evelyn infiltrated the organization, her years of experience honed by living in the shadows. She meticulously built a network of informants, posing as a freelance researcher with a keen interest in the university's cutting-edge neurological studies. Through careful observation and discreet conversations, she learned of the organization's true agenda: to use the Janus Mind to manipulate the global financial market. Their plan was to subtly influence key players, orchestrate strategic market crashes and rises, and reap unimaginable wealth through calculated manipulation. The Amazonian Facility. As Evelyn delved deeper, she discovered a chilling connection: the organization was planning to replicate the Janus Project. A hidden research facility, nestled deep within the Amazon rainforest, was their base of operations. Fueled by a desperate urgency to prevent another catastrophe, Evelyn meticulously planned her infiltration. Utilizing forged credentials and a network of contacts within the black market, she gained access to the facility's perimeter. The facility itself was a marvel of modern technology, disguised as an ecological research center. Inside, a team of rogue scientists, driven by greed and ambition, worked tirelessly to recreate the Janus Project. They believed they could control the entity, harness its power without suffering the consequences of the original experiment. Evelyn navigated the facility with the stealth of a seasoned spy, her years of experience allowing her to blend in with the researchers. She meticulously documented the project's progress, gathering evidence of their activities and the horrifying experiments they were conducting. The showdown and its aftermath. With the weight of the world on her shoulders, Evelyn knew she had to act. Exposing the organization to the authorities was crucial, but dismantling their operation and severing their connection to the Janus Mind was paramount. She contacted a trusted journalist, a woman known for her investigative prowess and unwavering dedication to uncovering the truth. Sharing her findings and the imminent threat posed by the Janus Mind, she convinced the journalist to publish a damning exposé. The exposé sent shockwaves through the scientific community and the financial world. A huge crowd along with authorities descended upon the Amazonian facility, demanding dismantling of the operation and apprehending the rogue scientists. The Janus Mind, sensing its imminent defeat, unleashed a desperate attack. It surged through the organization's network, infecting countless minds, turning them into mindless puppets. The facility echoed with the screams of the infected researchers as authorities swarmed the compound. Inside the facility's control room, a scene of utter pandemonium unfolded. The rogue scientists, their faces contorted in a grotesque mix of fear and rage, fought back against the authorities with a ferocity fueled by the parasitic entity. Their bodies, warped by the entity's influence, possessed an unnatural strength and speed. Evelyn, using her knowledge of the facility's layout, navigated the pandemonium. She spotted Dr. Vargas, the lead scientist, huddled in a corner, his eyes wide with terror. The entity's control over him seemed to be waning, a flicker of his former self visible in his anguished gaze. "Dr. Vargas," she shouted over the din of gunfire. Recognition flickered across his face, replaced by a desperate plea.
"Help me!
He stammered, his voice raspy.
It's too strong! I can't!"
Before Evelyn could reach him, a monstrous figure surged through the room, a hulking security guard, his body grotesquely mutated by the entity's influence. He slammed into Dr. Vargas, sending him crashing against the control panel. Adrenaline surged through Evelyn. She took out her makeshift EMP grenade and charged it onto the security guard. The electromagnetic pulse caused sparks in his body, and he recoiled with a scream, the entity's influence momentarily disrupted. The guard stumbled, his inhuman strength waning, and collapsed to the ground with a sickening thud. Dr. Vargas, seemingly freed from the entity's immediate control, scrambled to his feet.
It's weakening.
He gasped, clutching at his head.
But not gone. We need to.
Their conversation was cut short by a chilling voice emanating from within the facility's network, the Janus Mind itself. It spoke in a distorted chorus, a cacophony of voices weaving through the room.
"You cannot escape us."
It hissed.
"Resistance is futile. We are the future. We are."
The voice abruptly cut off. Alarms blared, red lights flashing ominously. The Janus Mind, sensing its imminent defeat, unleashed a final, desperate attack. It surged through the facility's network, overloading the systems, and manipulating the automated security measures. Walls sealed shut, trapping Evelyn and Dr. Vargas inside. Robotic security drones, repurposed by the rogue scientists, whirred to life, their red laser sights painting the room. A desperate battle ensued. Evelyn, utilizing her skills in hand-to-hand combat honed over years of living in the shadows, fought back against the drones, dodging their laser fire and disabling them with her makeshift EMP grenades. Dr. Vargas, though physically frail, aided her with his technical expertise, hacking into the security systems to temporarily disable the drones. As the room became a war zone of sparks and gunfire, a thunderous explosion shook the facility. A section of the wall gave way, revealing a gaping hole leading outside. It was a desperate escape route, but it was their only chance. Exchanging a look of grim determination, Evelyn and Dr. Vargas scrambled through the hole, the facility collapsing behind them in a fiery inferno. They emerged into the thick Amazonian rainforest, the sounds of the collapsing facility fading behind them. Evelyn, her body aching and her clothes singed, looked back at the flames consuming the research facility. The Janus Mind had been contained, but the victory felt hollow. The infected individuals, scattered across the globe, remained a ticking time bomb. Dr. Vargas, leaning against a tree for support, let out a shaky sigh.
"It's not over, is it?"
He rasped. Evelyn shook her head, a steely resolve hardening her gaze. "No, Dr. Vargas. It's just the beginning."